we're getting a lot of people that don't have an office page today. We have Dr. Abreu. I assume that's how you pronounce it. No office page. So again, cannot check what other works we have read from them. I mean, probably there is probably other ways to see. There's probably like search office work and then see all the work that pops up from them. But I'm not going to do that every single time, because otherwise I'll be here forever. But they wrote the Mexica government in exile, and this one is another nice and short one. As we know, the one after this one is apparently the long one. So, Object Class Euclid, Special Containment Procedures, Mobile Task Force, ETA 10 LATAM, no los veo, is constantly monitoring the internet for any online document in any major language that refers to as restored Aztlan, New Tenochtitlan, or Zem Anahuac for traces of SCP-2155. Yeah, I did say 55 correctly, and I spilled myself. I'm dribbling. Should any minor infection vector be located, Class A and B amnestics are authorized to neutralize the outbreak. In the case of a major infection, especially if documented or pamphlets encourage the worship of Mesoamerican deities, I would talk about Kukulkan and stuff like that, along with Uprising Protocol 19.7, Rio Blanco is to be enacted. Description: SCP-2155 is a mimetic cognitohazard which makes anyone infected believe in the existence of a government of Tenochtitlan in exile, designated -1. Given that more than 450 years have passed since the fall of the... You know, I actually want to know how to pronounce this. If there even is a way. Yeah, give me the Spanish way to say it, please.
We are looking at how to pronounce the name of what was a large Mexica Altepetl in what is now the historic center of Mexico City. How do you go about pronouncing it? Tenochtitlan.
Oh. I said it correctly. Huh, what a gust. The fall of Tenochtitlan, the actual existence of SCP 2155-1 is considered highly improbable. On the revision, see addendum E525, Dr. Depending on the ethnicity and nationality... Oops, wrong button. Oh god, oh Jesus, everything's going wrong. Ethnicity and nationality of those infected, it is estimated that between 35% and 90% of those infected will become sympathetic to the cause espoused by the documents containing SCP-2155. Those that remain neutral or hostile to the cause become asymptomatic carriers. Asymptomatic carriers may still spread infection by mentioning or writing about -1, even if despairingly or satirically. Notably, the discussion of -1 by non-carriers does not cause infection. The rest of the infected subjects, if left untreated, will actively attempt to spread SCP-2155 through word of mouth, pamphlets, impromptu public speeches, and more recently websites and social media postings. We got a bunch of whenever somebody infected that wants to talk about things, they do through word of mouth and speeches and all that stuff. Document spreading SCP-2155 has been detected in Nahuatl, Spanish, English, Mandarin, and most such documents claim that the heirs of the Mexican Empire, along with sizable portion of the priesthood and warrior caste, went into hiding in 15 and have waged a guerrilla war against the Spanish Empire first, and then the government of Mexico, the United States of America, Guatemala, El Salvador, and Honduras. Two recorded instances claim that the Maximilian of Habsburg had brokered a marriage alliance with -1, but he was killed before it could be finalized. Most documents containing SCP-2155, the last decade refer to the third. As of the current way, Tlautuani or Emperor. Others may refer to the other supposed leaders of the resistance, so-called Tlatuaque, meaning speakers, including or information between instances of SCP-2155 infections may be conflicted, but almost all of them denounce the oppression of the people by the European invaders, and call all indigenous peoples of the continent to actively resist and hinder the usurpers. Documents have advocated actions ranging from passive resistance and hunger strikes up to terrorist attacks, suicide bombing, and dildo expunged. Documents containing SCP-2155 identify as the invaders all kinds of establishment organizations, including the governments of the territories claimed by -1, the Catholic Church, the major drug cartels, and, on one recorded case, the Foundation. SCP-2155 containing documents claim that -1 has garnered the recognition and support of brethren sovereignties in resistance of such nations as Nuwabia, Yamato Damashi, Bobo, Ashanti, or the interviews with members of these separatist groups have yielded no results so far. If an infection vector is left alone for more than days, the documents and speeches by SCP-2155 carriers will progressively become more complex and no longer by solely political in nature. Such websites and documents will start calling for the return to the worship of Mesoamerican deities, in particular Tezcatlipoca and Huitzilopochtli. Yeah, I heard of them. I only heard Huitzilopochtli by name. I haven't actually ever done any like deep dive into what kind of deity they are, but yeah. Starting in an increased number of SCP-2155 cases have called for the destruction of the cathedral and for the establishment of a temple of the fifth sun to these deities. In additional accounts by Nahua historians, the fifth sun is the current state of reality. This has increased in the last decades as the main vector of infection has changed to online documents instead of pamphlets and speeches. Addendum E525, according to document -E525, retrieved in October 2000, the leaders of -1 went into hiding in Mictlan and called for the reassumption of worship of the temple of the fifth sun and the restoration of the flower wars to provide suitable sacrifice to restore -1's power. The land of the dead. Except from document E525, level 4 access clearance required. People of the sun, race of bronze, discard your chains and break your bonds. You are called into greatness in the 5-point star. Reject the white man, his god, his greed. Take the form of the Nahual and join us in the other side. Data expunge possible cognito hazard. Huitzilopochtli, the warrior hummingbird, thirsts for your blood. Tlaloc, who nourishes the earth, rains his blessing upon you. Quadlik, the snake, both your mother womb and the grave. Quetzalcoatl, the feathered serpent, calls for you to follow him. Yeah, Quetzalcoatl, that's one of the more famous ones, also known as Kukulkan. And Tezcatlipoca, the smoking mirror, has many things to teach you. The expunge possible cognito hazard. Tlok Nahuaque, Lord of the Near and the Nigh, he is in you, he is you. Additional funding is requested for further investigation. It sounds very much like restarting the whole religion behind, believing in the deity, having the deities controlling your life, maybe sacrificing some people to the deities. It sounds like it's basically resetting people to that time, like in modern time where people we shouldn't worship the deities like that, but it seems to reset them back to how they used to do it, from the sounds of it. But it is the Mexican government in exile, so it looks like they if I'm just having to request cash to investigate ominous shit is always such a subtle comedy. My brother in Crash, you control the account. Yeah, I guess it depends on the story, doesn't it? Because sometimes they don't. Sometimes they don't. Sometimes they have to be like, hey, we gotta ask for money.